How to survive the holiday season as a carnivore. Welcome back to my channel. I am Sylvia and I'm a carnivore diet coach. Staying carnivore during the holiday season may be challenging because there are so many delicious foods, none of them carnivore, that you have eaten around this time for the last 20, 30 years. Also, there are so many family members that insist that you eat those foods. So if this sounds familiar, listen up because I have a lot of tips that will help you stay carnivore during the holiday season. The best and by far the most effective strategy to stay carnivore during the holiday season is to get into continuous ketosis. That said, getting into ketosis a couple days before the holiday season isn't good enough. You need at least 2 to 3 weeks of continuous ketosis for your body to lose the carbohydrate cravings completely. This means that your body will adapt to fat metabolism. In other words, your body will utilize the fat as an energy source versus glucose. So if you're planning for your holiday season and thinking, oh, I'll just get into ketosis 2 days in advance, that's not going to be all that helpful. Well, that's better than nothing, but it generally takes minimum 2 weeks to lose all the carbohydrate cravings. So give it a time. This is why I'm making this video at the beginning of December. Technically, you are in nutritional ketosis if you reach 0.5 millimole of ketones in your blood. However, to have a consistent ketones levels that will result with increased satiety, you need to be somewhere around 1.5 to 2.5. Going above 2.5 probably won't make that much of a difference. So if you're in that range, 1.5 to 2.5, that is your sweet spot, and that will help you navigate through the holiday season without losing the battle to carbohydrates. Tip number 2, eat to satiety. All the carnivore foods, that is. In fact, eat slightly past the point of satiety. You should feel quite stuffed after you are done. Don't worry about overeating of the carnivore foods. As long as they're carnivore, you're good. Feeling satiated and feeling slightly overfull will help you navigate successfully all the social gatherings that involve tons of snack being placed in front of you and lots of drinks. This is really effective. And tip number 3, if you have to attend a lot of holiday parties, but you don't want to eat at those holiday parties, before you leave, boil, like really hard boil your eggs so that they're quite dry. 3 or 4 eggs, eat them with salt, maybe some butter for good measure or some other animal fat. And when you get to the party, you won't be hungry at all. You probably will just stick with water and it will be easy. Tip number 4, have a mixture of butter and honey ready in your fridge. Now, you mix it in equal amounts, same amount of butter and same amount of honey and some salt for flavor. You keep that in the fridge, and this is especially useful for people that are emotional eaters and they have terrible carbohydrate cravings and use food, especially the sweet flavors, to soothe their emotions. Around the holidays, the cravings tend to strike. There's a lot of family gatherings when there is a lot of emotional eating involved, and this type of people usually need some help, some crutch, and honey and butter are this crutch. You take a tablespoon of it in your mouth and it takes the edge off. Now, it will kick you out of ketosis if you were doing carnivore diet with ketosis, but you will stay carnivore, and eating honey and butter is a lot better than eating cookies, cream, and pies. And tip number 5, have lots of bone broth. Prepare it well in advance, a lot of it, or buy it in good sources, but have it ready when the holiday season comes around and drink it. Drink it in the morning, during the day, and later on in the evening. Especially if you're in the cold climate, this is a sure strategy to mitigate some of the cravings and emotional eating. And tip number 6, optimize your hormones, especially if you're a woman over 40 and men over 45. This is almost a must. You need to monitor your hormones going forward. I've been doing hormone replacement therapy for the last year. And testosterone is one of the hormones that I manage. And let me tell you this, I can tell when my testosterone is wearing off because non-carnivore foods just starts looking good all of a sudden. And when my testosterone is optimal, I have zero interest in carbohydrates. Zero, not even a thought. It seems that testosterone loves complex animal proteins. And if you're interested in the format of my hormone replacement therapy, I take micronized progesterone under my tongue, and that's 100 milligrams that I take second half of my cycle. And then I also take testosterone, which is injected into a pellet and then placed into my fat tissue. I absolutely love it. And I can tell almost the next day when the hormone starts wearing off. So this is my third injection, and I am planning to continue this for the foreseeable future. All right, I hope this has been helpful. Share it with anybody that wants to be carnivore, is struggling with a carnivore diet, and is going into holiday season. If you haven't yet, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.